All right, good afternoon, IHSA football family. Time now for season so far. What you need to know about Glenbrook North. Typed up in my article. Be sure to check it out on deepdishfootball.com. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And again, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's get started with Glenbrook North, of course. The Glenbrook North Spartans, coming from 1-1. Good game against Glenbrook South. Got the win in overtime. Avery Burrow plays quarterback now. Pretty good player. Hell of an athlete. Again, he's going to be a great addition to whatever college team gets him. Plays wide receiver as well. But just an interesting player. Nate Glazebrook, linebacker. A little bit of fullback as well, but linebacker. Can make some great plays as well. Drake Marquez, wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken. Or DB, I think wide receiver. I do apologize. Or running back, I'm sorry. Zach Mendo, wide receiver. Hell of a player as well. When Avery Burrow graduates, the class of 2021 fall will be an interesting player. Quarterback Andrew Smith, keep an eye out for him as well. I'm trying to go down. I'm going to mispronounce this name. Mahalo Milojevic, offensive tackle, underrated offensive tackle, 6'4", hell of a player. Keep an eye out for. Matthew Karras, defensive lineman as well, another player to keep an eye out for as well. J.R. Flood, another linebacker to watch from Glenbrook North as well. Trying to find one of the kids' name. They got a great kicker as well. Superior kicker for class of 2022 Glenbrook North. Joseph Skaya, offensive lineman, junior. I'm trying to find the other kid's name. That's about it. I'm keep Andrew Smith, a junior quarterback, but Avery Burrow is the bread and butter. Ryan Henschel, he's a hell of a player too. Two-sided athlete, multi-sport star. Keep a name out for Ryan Henschel as well. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting match, especially with that offensive line and that defensive line in Maine South. For me, the most important thing is how's that offensive line pick up the blitzes of Maine South. And again, that's going to be one of the toughest things for that Glenbrook North team. And I think the key player from this whole game is Avery Burrow. It'll be interesting to see. And that offensive line again, and the big always when we talk about offensive line, the biggest thing with picking up blitzes is always that huge thing is on the center. Is he able to identify the blitzes, and can he communicate well to the quarterback and his other linemen? That's the main thing with a center. Should be interesting as Glenbrook North takes on Maine South at Maine South Saturday. For the schedule. They lost bad to Evanston. I don't think that was much of a surprise. Glenbrook South, they won in overtime. Maine South, New Trier, Niles West. Yeah. And Maine South, to me, again, for Avery Burrow, that passing attack is going to be huge against that Maine South secondary as well. And how those Glenbrook wide receivers respond against that very staunch Maine South secondary. So it'll be very interesting as well. But again, Avery Burrow is the huge guy to keep an eye out for as well. And then just looking at the schedule, I saw a lot of mental mistakes against the Evanston game with Glenbrook North. I really do think that they have a great shot at being 4-2, 3-3. I think they have a great shot to win this game against Maine South. I really do. I think Maine South has shown a few weaknesses, and especially on the offensive side of the ball. I really think that Glenbrook North's defensive line, again, attacks those gaps. It'll be a very interesting game as Glenbrook North takes over Maine South. I'll do coach final thoughts tomorrow. But this has been for Glenbrook North. A little bit rushed. I do apologize for that. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And again, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. So see you guys at the game Saturday. Should be a lot of fun.